Number three, your support system. So many people try to, keep that stiff upper lip, or, they just, it's like when you're at work, right? You may be having a miserable day and somebody walks by and says, "Oh, hey, Jane, how are you doing today?" And you're like, "Oh, great." You move on, and meanwhile, you're dying inside, right? Um, you can't keep that bottled up. And that's one of the things that, as I was going through my divorce, I tried to do that. I tried to keep, "Oh, hey, everything's going well, this, that, or the other." But really I was internalizing all that. And that was not a good situation. I found a group, and I'm going to recommend them, again, nothing to do with me other than I attended. It's called Divorce Care. Great group. They're nationwide. Go to divorcecare.org, I think is the title. But it's just basically a support group, and they kind of help you talk through things and realize, hey, maybe it all wasn't their fault. I had some involvement in that. Take accountability, take ownership, but it also helps guide you to that next step. But secure your network as far as your friends and family and stuff like that. Not that it's okay, these are all people on my side and it's us versus them or things like that. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Maybe you had a bad situation, and I empathize with that, but life's too short, right? Life's too short to be bitter and keep focusing on the rear view mirror. Focus on the windshield and what's in front of you, and just know that your next chapter is going to be awesome, right? But you've got to have that support group, and it's great to have people that are kind of non-biased, and that are kind of going through the same thing. That's why I found that Divorce Care group and loved it, got a lot out of it, highly recommend it. But there's a lot of different groups out there. Find one that works for you, but make sure you've got that support system in place as you're kind of transitioning mentally, right? So number three, secure your support system. Number four is focusing on self-care. Well, what do I mean by that? Well, looking at self-care, that mental health, that's a big part of it, right? And you want your next chapter to be awesome, right? Regardless of what happened in the rearview mirror with your former spouse or whatever, that's in the rearview mirror, right? And you want to make sure that you're not just kind of closing the windows, moping, and things like that. And it's easy to do because, again, I was surprised how emotional all of this process was. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, it was, I understand that and I get that besides the obvious, but I was really surprised that, wow, this is like some deep stuff that you're going through. And unless you've gone through it, it's kind of hard to really kind of relate to that. So again, focusing on that self-care. And what do I mean by that? Looking to exercise. And I'm not talking about going out and becoming super bulk or getting in shape, or I'll show him or I'll show her, right? And losing all that weight. Do it for your mental health. Again, focus not on getting back at somebody, but on you going forward.